Alright guys, welcome back to Gaming News and Breakdowns. Today we're going to be talking about Helldivers, as if you couldn't already tell. But yeah, let's get into it. So, Helldivers, there's been a lot of buzz around the game recently. Most notably, it has just released on Xbox a few weeks ago. On August 26th, I believe it was, 2025, just a few weeks ago. It came out on Xbox, and I will say this, it is such a dream come true. I play most of my games on Xbox. I think all my games that I play on Xbox. Xbox is my console of choice, and I've played some games on Steam. I don't own a PlayStation, but when I did learn that this game was coming out back in February of 2024, I was really excited at first, and then I realized, it's not on Xbox, so that did suck. But I did play on Steam since release, and my only downside about Xbox being the Helldivers being on Xbox is there's no cross progression. I would love to be wearing my Malevelon Creek cape and other cosmetics that I've been able to get, and also Warbonds. I know Warbonds are pretty easy to get with super credit farming, and there are different strategies in order to make sure that you're not actually paying for anything in the game, which I think is great about the game. I think there should always be an option for free-to-play players, but I was a little sad when I did hear that cross progression would not be coming to the game yet. But I believe there was an interview recently where one of the devs said that initially when they were building the game, they didn't really factor it into the equation because they never really were expecting the game to blow up as much as it did, and we can definitely see that in its initial release. I remember back in February 2024, the servers were crashing. There were super long queues getting into matches. And it was a nightmare. Definitely, if you were there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So it does kind of suck that there isn't cross progression yet, but regardless, that's old news. We're here to talk about new news. So with the release of Xbox, player counts have been off the charts. Just now, as I'm recording this, I'm looking up the total player count. Let's see what it's at currently. It's not wanting to refresh. That's okay. Basically, it's been in the 300,000s, which is crazy. In the days before its Xbox release, I had been playing the game, and I would look at the numbers, and it would be like 30,000, 50,000 on a good day. Ever since Xbox release, I don't think I've seen it dip under 100K. It's just been completely overtaken by the Xbox players, and they're having a lot of fun with it. And initially there was concern for crashes because of what happened with its initial release. People were worried that the servers couldn't handle the Xbox players, and there would be issues with crossplay and all sorts of stuff. But overall, Arrowhead did a pretty good job with keeping the servers intact, I think. I only had a few crashes, but I think that had to do with the Halo gear. I know when the Halo collab came out alongside the Xbox release, there was a bug where if everyone had the auto rifle from the Halo gun, it would crash the game before you did a hell dive. It would like everyone would go up in their pods, um, and before you launched the mission, when everyone was picking their stratagems, the game would just break, and it would send everyone to their menu or wherever else. So I did know about that one, but other than that, they fixed that one since now, so that's not an issue in the game yet. And so far, the servers have been handling the new players very well. So I'm very happy that it did eventually come to Xbox. Like I said, it's a dream come true. Because Helldivers has always been one of those like perfect games. Not only perfect in the sense like there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean like it's just always so fun to play. There's never really a dull moment in Helldivers. I know a lot of people say it's one of the most cinematic games they've ever played. A lot of people say that some players only play with no HUD, specifically because it's more cinematic and it's just always a good time playing Helldivers. And thinking back, I would play Helldivers and then I'd take a break and play some other games, and then I'd come back for a little bit and then I'd take a break. Actually, on my Steam account, I think I was only level 40 in total, and that was never really because of Helldivers itself. It was always just because there were other games coming out. I know Marvel Rivals definitely put a pause on my playing of Helldivers. As I mentioned in my other video, I'm a huge Destiny fan, so when what's the expansion? Final Shape, when the Final Shape came out, and when just recently, this last few months, when I'm blanking on the new expansion, but the new expansion that came out with the 9, and just some other games that have come out over the past few like year and a half. Me pausing my gameplay of Helldivers, it never really had to do with Helldivers. It had to do with other things coming out and me wanting to test them. But then I'd always come back to Helldivers. It's one of those games that is just fun. It's fun with players. It's fun with friends, not players. It's fun with friends. It's fun with just playing solo. I know people that strictly only solo dive. I know a lot of people in the community like to help others, responding to strictly SOS signals and not diving on their own missions, but just responding to SOS signals, helping out other players. It's just a super fun game, along with a super great community. I think there are some, obviously with every community, there are some toxic people. I saw a post right before the Xbox release that said, we can't stop the Xbox launch. However, team killing is in the game. All PlayStation divers make sure to kill Xbox players, steal their samples, make the game like as miserable as possible for them. And I think that person got so many downvotes. I'd never seen so many downvotes on a gaming post. It was so funny. But sticking back to the subject, it is just amazing how far the game has come, and especially with this new update on I think it was, let me double check the date here. Into the Unjust, coming out on September 2nd, 2025. This update really shook up the game. I remember with the past update with the Illuminate, taking over Super Earth, all that stuff. It was a pretty crazy time. That was a time where I took a break, but from what I saw, it was pretty hectic, and now it's one of those moments again. I forget the name of the planet. I can't pronounce it. It starts with an O. But there's a new planet in the gloom that we are able to dive on, and there's some new missions that were added recently. Caves were added. Basically, you're diving on a Terminate homeworld or Hive world, and yeah, it's crazy. Unfortunately, I don't have any gameplay of that. I have been diving on the bot front, so I'll make sure in my next Helldiver video I get some Terminate gameplay. But yeah, the new missions are super fun. One of them, you get to drive an oil rig with a turret on it and like mine oil from like the home of the Terminates. It's crazy. And speaking of crazy, we cannot forget to mention the Hive Lord. Ever since Helldivers came out, people who had played the first game wanted Hive Lords. They always asked where they were. Will we ever see Hive Lords? And the devs really never gave an answer, but even in their release, they didn't. they never really announced it. It was just there for players to find. They did hint at it a few times. They sneak peeked it in some of the trailers, but they never really said, we have something bigger for you to go out there and hunt. And sure enough, when people started diving on those Hive Worlds, they found Hive Lords. And yeah, I've seen so many posts about the Hive Lords, comparisons to Dune, as the planet is almost like a desert planet. And yeah, alongside, speaking of the desert, alongside the update just a few days after it came out, a new Warbond came out, Dust Devils. And Dust Devils is, honestly, it's one of my new favorite Warbonds. I know everyone says your first Warbond should be Democratic Demolitions. I think that's what it's called. It's the one with the crossbow and the grenade pistol. People always say to get that one first. That one's the most useful. After that, you can kind of go with whatever other one interests you. My recommendation would be to get Democratic Demolitions first. My second, I love Chemical Agents. Chemical Agents was my favorite Warbond. I love the Guard Dog, Dog Breath. And I think Gas, while it isn't the strongest, I think it is a fun gameplay mechanic to use. And I enjoy using it. I know not everyone does, but I enjoy using it. I get some fun out of it. And yeah, so with that being said, the new Warbond, Dust Devils, it does come with a lot of very useful gear. Probably the most useful being the assault rifle. It's called the A2 Coyote, medium penetration, along with incendiary rounds. Pretty much most enemies I find you can one-shot, because even though you're only shooting them once, the fire is going to take care of them anyway, and even if they don't die to the fire, your next shot is going to kill them right away. on most enemies. It's useful on every front. You can see me using it right now on the bot front. And yeah, it is my favorite weapon. There are some talks about a potential nerf for it, which I'm praying that they don't nerf it, because it is the most... See, I hate when people use overpowered, because it's not overpowered. It's what it should be. Assault rifles in the game don't really have a good rep, I guess. Assault rifles just aren't meta. And I'm not saying that this gun is meta, because it's not. It is just a good weapon, and I think because it is a good assault rifle, people aren't realizing that it's just a good assault rifle, and they feel like it's overpowered because it's the most overpowered assault rifle. That being said, I really hope they don't nerf it. It does not need a nerf. I think it's perfect as it is, and hopefully they keep it the way it is. My second favorite item in the list is, or in the Warbond, is probably the spear gun. I fell in love with it the second it was shown in the trailer. Again, probably because it has to do gas damage. And I've seen a lot of people comparing this to the railgun, like a weaker railgun, but a weaker damage railgun. However, you don't need to charge it, and it has utility. I have survived with the spear gun purely because of the gas. In some situations, I will shoot not even at an enemy, but just at the floor, and I won't get attacked because the gas blinds and confuses the enemies, and they'll be flailing around. They won't know where I am. And as you can see right now, I'm not following my advice, but I would always struggle with deciding whether to use gas or thermites on the bot front. I know gas is good against Terminids and Illuminate for crowd control, and like if you get them all in a lane, throw a gas grenade in there, they'll get confused, they'll wander around, the voteless will just die. It's very, very easy. But with the bots, gas isn't as effective. However, it can still be used for crowd control. So the other grenade that I typically use on the bot front is a thermite. With the gas gun, you don't need to bring gas grenades anymore. You get 12 shots with just the base spear gun, and with Siege Ready, the armor perk Siege Ready, I think that's what it's called. It's the armor from the Urban Legends Warbond. With Siege Ready, you get 15 shots. That's more than enough to use as gas grenades. You get 4 gas grenade slots. You get 15, if not 12, spears in the spear gun. You can spare 4 of them and just say that you have 9 spears. That's still more than enough. That's more than you're going to use before you either die or you finish the mission or get to a ammo crate or a supply crate or whatever. It's more than enough, and it's helped me with my decision making if I want to bring thermites or a gas grenade. Always bring thermite with the spear gun, because spear gun you can just use as a gas grenade and it's no problem at all. I'm trying to think of some of the other items in the Warbond. I know one of the things that everyone was hyping up was the silo, the missile silo. or solo silo. It's not as overpowered as everyone thought it would be. It can't destroy detector towers. It can't destroy jammers. When you launch it, the ragdoll radius is humongous. It's so large, and it. I've seen people who use. There's a strat that I've seen where you wear the personal shield. I forget what it's called. I think it's a personal shield generator or personal shield pack or whatever. You wear that when you're using the personal silo because if you don't, you will ragdoll if you are anywhere near the missile silo. If you have the personal supply pack, or not supply pack, sorry, if you have the personal shield generator or whatever it's called, I don't use it. But if you use that, then you will be able to withstand the power of the ragdoll, and you won't actually ragdoll. You will just stand, I guess is the word I'm looking for. You don't move at all. So that is good. However, it's not necessarily the best option. It is a blue stratagem. It does take up the pistol that you use does take up a special weapon slot. So it's not the best. If you want to make a build around it, I'm sure it would be very good. However, the missile silo is not. It was super high on my excitement list. I was super excited about it. However, upon release, I haven't even unlocked it yet because it turned out it wasn't even as good as we all thought it would be. So it's a little disappointing, but not too bad. Some other things in the pass, the expendable napalms, I haven't actually used, I've used them. I haven't unlocked them. I've had teammates that use them. They're good. Funny enough, I don't know why they're called expendable anti-tanks though, because they're not really anti-tank. I find more use shooting a wall and having the napalm rain on ads. It's more effective for crowd control than it is for anti-tank. You can't shoot down dropships with them, I don't believe. With normal EATs you can. But yeah, I think it's more of like a crowd control tool rather than an anti-tank. So I think it's cool that it's expendable. I think it's nice that you can have a support weapon that you can call in. Maybe if your buddy doesn't have a good crowd control tool, they can take the second one. They don't need to worry about bringing crowd control items because they can take one of your EATs. But like I said, it's more of a crowd control tool for me personally, not really anti-tank. If I want anti-tank, I'll probably take something like the Quasar or the recoilless rifle or anything like that, not the napalm EAT. The last thing, the pineapple, I will probably not unlock that for a while. It's not really good. It's light pen, and the clusters are just too wild. I've seen so many people use it and kill their teammates. I'm sure there's some use for it. If Dust Devils is your first Warbond, sure, go ahead and use it. But I think gas and thermite grenades are just a lot better. My personal opinion, but yeah. Anyway, moving on, the last thing is the armor passive. I love the armor passive. I as I mentioned before, I took a lot of breaks in the game, and one of the times that I took a break was during the Killzone collab, and I did eventually get the light armor Killzone armor. However, I do not have the medium on my Steam account. I did not end up getting the medium armor as it was a store exclusive, and I missed the opportunity to get it. So while that is a bummer, and while it is impossible currently for Xbox players to get a hold of the Killzone armor, this is a great replacement. The Killzone armor has a 15% reduction in not 15, sorry, my bad. A 50% damage reduction from fire, arc, gas, and acid. Acid being the stuff that the bile spears throw. A 50% reduction, which is pretty good. It's not the best, but it is pretty good. It is a pretty good perk. This armor set in Dust Devils, I believe it's called Desert Stormer. It has 2 perks, one of which is a 40% reduction to gas, acid, electricity, and fire. Very good. Only 10% less than the Killzone armor, and the other benefit is that it has basically a mini version of servo assisted, I think is what it's called. The armor from Steeled Veterans, it has the armor from that Warbond has decreased limb damage. It decreases damage taken to your limbs, and it increases throwing range. I don't remember how much. I want to say it's 30%. I could be very wrong though. The Dust Devils armor has over it has 20%. The Dust Devils armor has 20% increased throwing range, which is pretty crazy, if you ask me. I did not expect it to be that high. I expected it to be like 15 or 10%. But yeah, so in my honest opinion, I think that the Dust Devils Warbond is definitely worth it. I think it's a great addition to the game. I think definitely on the actual Hive missions, it is a must-have, and yeah, I don't see myself taking it off anytime soon. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm pretty much done. That's all the news for now. If anything interesting happens within Helldivers 2, I will definitely put another video out, and we'll put something else out. And yeah, as for upcoming videos, I know in my trailer I promised a Destiny video. That one I probably won't be able to get out today. However, I do plan on getting a different Destiny video coming out today. On September 9th, which is today, there is going to be a live stream from Bungie talking about the new expansion for Destiny. So I will be breaking that trailer down, breaking down the stream, and we will get all of that broken down for you guys. So yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys I was going to say I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay, but I think it's just about wrapping up. So enjoy what's left, and yeah, I'll see you guys later today.
Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. You back! Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
Reinforcement budget depleted.
Say hello to democracy! Ending in an eagle!
Delivering payload.
Launch countdown complete. We have to leave now. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
You leave a more free city than you found.